welcome back. Welcome back to Shut It. Breaking news, New York Post. Are you ready for it? Let's just get started. Gen Z women explain why they want lazy girl jobs. I get paid a bomb salary to talk to no one. That's right, New York Post. That is correct. This is a trend that's happening all throughout the Generation Z. This girl boss can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because she's dead, and in her place, the Gen Z lazy girl worker has been born. That's the New York Post copywriter there. The early 2000s were all about the female hustle culture. Women were ambitious, unapologetic, and dedicated to their work at any cost. Millennials were obsessed by titles, status, and racing to the top. It was a time of uncomfortable high heels, very tight skinny jeans, and owning 3 phones, or whatever the metaphorical equivalent of that was. Yeah, Gen Z's not taking it. They're not doing it. They're fed up. They're saying, no way, Jose. I am not going to work that hard. Thanks to Gen Z, the culture has shifted, and the lazy girl trend has emerged as an antidote to girl boss hustle culture. So this is, it's going around the TikToks. Young women don't want to smash the glass ceiling. They want to be happy and wear baggy jeans while doing less. Okay, I don't know about the baggy jeans part. I don't know if you're allowed to wear baggy jeans at an office. It depends on what their dress code is. I would say probably most likely no. Lazy is a confronting term, but it's at the core of the lazy girl work trend. That just means that some young women have traded in ambition for work-life balance. That's what it means. It's pretty good. I mean, I like that. That's healthy. They aren't staying back to meet the impossible deadlines. Instead, they are going for walks for their mental health. Good for you. Gen Z women have chosen balance over career progression. Got it. I got it. They don't want to work hard. They just want to work a little bit and have good mental health. Gabrielle Judge, 26, is an American that credits herself with starting the lazy girl job trend on TikTok. That's kind of a hustle there, Gabrielle Judge. You're kind of hustling. You're starting trends on TikTok. That's a hustle. Anyway, the hashtag has over 14 million views. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe, please. Please like and subscribe. I'm not gonna ask anymore. Okay, that's all. That's it. But zip it. All right. I started the trend lazy girl jobs, which is just a way to describe jobs with work-life balance. That's what she says, Gabrielle, who started the TikTok trend. It's a concept that has caught on, and young women are creating content on TikTok to brag about doing the least work. You're kind of dumb. Your boss is going to find out if it's trending on TikTok. Or maybe your boss doesn't have a TikTok. Maybe you know that your boss is never going to be on TikTok, and so you're just making fun of the fact that you do no work on a social media platform that has billions of followers. I was born for a lazy girl office job. I get paid a bomb salary to talk to no one, take breaks whenever I want, and be the office baddie, one creator shared. Okay, this is your sign to get you a lazy girl job where 90% of it's just copying and pasting stuff, a TikToker shared. Another revealed the benefits of getting a lazy girl job, and you'll be relieved to know it doesn't involve you working yourself to the bone, so you have something to brag about on LinkedIn. Who brags on LinkedIn? I'm not on LinkedIn. But if I were on LinkedIn, but who's bragging on LinkedIn? Do people actually brag on LinkedIn? Put your comments below. Are you a bragger on LinkedIn, or are you a content creator on TikTok? And do you make fun of your boss on TikTok? And if so, how's that working out for you? Does your boss secretly know that you're making fun of them on TikTok? The fact that you do no work. Anyway, I have a lazy girl job where I sit at my desk 9 to 4 and post invoices in my own time and can read and watch Netflix or TikTok and get paid decently an hour, she bragged. Who's watching Netflix on your job? Are you people really watching movies, series while they're working? I mean, I don't know. I have nothing to compare it with. I used to read blogs when I had an office job back in the day. I would read book blogs because that's how exciting I am. I would secretly read newspapers online and book blogs. But I wouldn't make fun of my boss while doing it. What are you, dumb? You're going to get fired. Anyway, other young women mentioned that her job is basically copy and paste. All she has to do is take 5 calls a day, and she still earns a nice salary. That's very specific. Only 5? Like, what happens if like a 6-person calls? Do you not answer it? Put your comments below. Gen Z women aren't just rejecting girl boss culture. They're rallying against it. So they don't want to be bosses. They just want to be lazy Gen Zers and take only specifically 5 calls a day and watch Netflix. That's not going to work out. I have a feeling that this plan of, okay, I know it's trending on TikTok, but I really don't think it's working out. I think it's not going to work out, rather. It's working out now, but I think eventually people are going to be like one guy, you're working at an office, one gal, one lady boss, she's going to be taking the subway back to her whatever apartment in Brooklyn, and she's going to be on the subway, and she's just going to be sitting there reading her emails, and then she's going to look over and she's going to say, "Oh my God, that's Jackie she's one of my employees. That's Jackie." She's going to, like, some guy sitting next to her scrolling on TikTok, and she's going to like, "Oh my God, that's my employee, Jackie." Oh, what is she saying? Oh, Jackie's saying how she doesn't do anything at work. Can I see that for a second, stranger? And the guy's like, "Oh, sure, lady." And she's looking at Jackie, making fun of the fact that she doesn't do anything at work and watches Netflix. And guess what, Jackie? You're fired. Tomorrow morning, get out. I saw what you did. I saw your little TikTok. You're not getting it passed on me. I have eyes. I'm on the subway. I'm in the pulse. Good luck, kids. I'm telling you, you better be careful. The lazy girl trend addresses an ever-growing misalignment between companies and individuals, where non-inclusive workplace cultures are no longer being accepted. Okay, I kind of like it. I like it, but I think it's not a trend. I think that's something that everybody's always tried to get away with, especially young people. Because when you start out with kind of dumb jobs. You don't have to do that much. Do you know what I mean? Like, I worked as a temp before, a temporary office clerk or whatever. What did I do? I just put things in a computer. I worked as a bartender. That you can't you can't watch Netflix. You got to be working. I dressed up in Philadelphia as historical Betsy Ross, along with Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin, and we had to wear full costumes. I was Betsy Ross. I had to hand out flyers to promote a mall during the summer. That was probably the best job of my life. I got paid so much money. I was in college. I was hanging out with Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin, and we would put on skits. And it was in the summer, so it would get hot, and we would go to see, actually, we wouldn't watch Netflix because it didn't exist. We would go to see an actual movie in a movie theater in full costume. That's right. We took it to, Gen Xers took it to the extreme. We literally ducked out and went into a movie theater, and we had to sneak out as soon as the credits hit, because we didn't want anybody to spot us and tell on our boss and say, "Yeah, your little mall promoters, Betsy Ross, Thomas Jefferson in a full powdered wig. We just saw them watching Braveheart," or whatever movie we watched. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But I get it. You don't want to work. You don't want to stress out. I guess if you're working in a non, if you're a lawyer or you're a clerk for a lawyer or you're in law school, I don't think you get away with watching Netflix. But I forgot to tell you, we're in Spain right now. Hola, chicas. We're in Spain because why are we in Spain? I have shows. That's why. I have shows coming up. 2 shows tomorrow night, back to back at the Barcelona Comedy Clubhouse. And I have my hour, next Thursday, the 20th, same place, Barcelona Comedy Clubhouse. So go to jenkirwin.com to get tickets if you're in Barcelona. If you're not, tell your friends who are in Spain. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, like and subscribe if you can. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I think you should. Especially you Gen Zers who are at work, who are on Netflix, who are just trying to only do 5 calls a day, take 5 calls a day. You should probably like and subscribe. Because what are you going to do? You got a lazy girl job. What about a lazy boy job? Do we have any lazy boys on TikTok? I'm sure they have that. I'm sure they have a lazy boy TikToker. But yeah, lazy girl job, good for you. I say good for you. You got away with it. You're getting away with it. I would probably not post it on TikTok. That's just my advice as a mom of a teenage daughter who is on TikTok, who doesn't post. She doesn't have a job yet. So here's the thing. I would definitely not post I'm a lazy girl, I don't do anything at work on TikTok. That's just my advice from me to you. And yeah, I'm trying to think what other lazy woman job. How about that? Trying to think of what other I had so many jobs, you guys. Dressing up as Betsy Ross, though, I have to say, that was the best because it was on the streets of Philadelphia, historic Philadelphia. We were friends with every single crazy person on the street. Every morning, like clockwork, would come out and just wave at us. And I remember this one guy, he had like a water ice stand, and he would always call me, what would he call me? Martha. I don't know. He was getting me confused. He thought I was like I don't know who he thought I was. He thought I was Martha. He would call, hey, Martha. And I'd be like, I'm Betsy Ross. And he'd be like, all right, Martha. I'm like, all right, whatever. And yeah, that was the best job in the world. And the guy who played Ben Franklin, he's still doing it. He's still doing the theater. And then the other guy who played Thomas Jefferson, they would always quit on me. I was the manager, by the way. I was the manager. So I went through a long rotation of Thomas Jeffersons because they didn't want to wear the wig. They had to wear a powdered wig in the middle of the summer in Philadelphia. And they didn't want to wear the wig. It was hard to get them to wear the powdered wig, the white powdered wig. And so I told them, if you're not going to wear the wig, you're fired. Because I was the girl boss. And in a lazy girl job, I was the girl boss. And I had to tell them, look, wear the wig or you're out. And some of them had to walk. They walked. But I remember this one time, this one guy, he was a bartender at night. And during the day, he dressed up as Thomas Jefferson for a little bit. He held on a little bit for a few weeks. And we would go. He was so hungover. I'll never forget this. He was so hungover that he went to the historic cemetery. And he was in his full Thomas Jefferson. You know, he had like what are those Lederhosers? Like the short pants with like white socks and like black shoes with like buckles on them. And he had like the jacket with the ruffles and the powdered wig. And I'll never forget this guy. He was so hungover. He was like, Jen, I gotta take a nap. Like, I haven't slept. He didn't sleep. He came straight from where he worked at the bar to dress up as Thomas Jefferson. And we would just hand out flyers. And he goes, I gotta sleep. And I go, where are you gonna sleep? He goes, I'm gonna sleep in the historic cemetery where like all the big founding fathers are buried. So I said, go hide behind one of the tombstones, the headstone rather, and go in the back, take some Z's, go get some rest, and I'll come back in like an hour. Me and Benjamin, we got this. We'll hand out our flyers. You go back there. So he goes back. He goes in. He goes to the far back of the cemetery, the historic cemetery in Philadelphia, and he falls asleep. So we're like, this is great. We're going to go hand out flyers. We go and we hand out flyers. We come back about an hour later, and I swear to God, it was a bus load of Japanese tourists. I was like, wow, this is like a huge crowd of people in the back of the cemetery where my Thomas Jefferson was sleeping. And they're all taking photos. You know, Japanese, they love their cameras. This is before cell phones. And they all were like, flash, 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 flash on Thomas Jefferson, who is literally passed out, snoring, mouth agape, the whole thing, still in his powdered wig, behind a founding father's tombstone. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. One of the best jobs ever I have ever had. It was fun. It was a good job. Anyway, I was a boss girl in a lazy girl job. I was the boss. I got paid the most money, ridiculous amounts of money to just dress up as not Martha. I don't know what kind of Martha he thought I was. Betsy Ross. I'm gonna show you a picture. It's a true thing. We were in the newspaper. Yeah, we were in the newspaper. We were in the Philadelphia Inquirer. Someone did a hot take on what goes on in downtown Philadelphia, historic Philadelphia in the summer. And we were featured. True story. Anyway, don't make TikToks about the fact that you do no work and then expect to have a job in the next morning. When you go to work, you'll be like, yeah, Jackie, I saw it. I saw what you said about me. I saw what you said you did. The fact that you didn't do anything, you're fired. All right? So here's my advice to you. And then I'm going to move on. My advice to you is shh. Okay, you don't do anything. Great. Keep it to yourself. You don't have to be blabbing it to the world on TikTok, the fact that you don't do anything. If you happen to have a job, a lazy girl or a lazy boy job, that you don't have to do anything, keep it to yourself. Okay? Don't tell anybody. Don't brag. Don't make little TikToks. Don't do little dances. Just shh. Zip it. Shut it. Okay? All right, this one really caught my eye. I didn't really read it. I just love the headline. Are you ready for it? Okay, New York Post breaking news. I'm a cop turned demon hunter. Schools must protect kids from devil. That's the title. That's the title of this article. He went from NYPD Blue to NYPD Ghoul. A former New York City police officer turned demon hunter is fiercely advocating that schools do more to protect students. Chris DeFlorio, a 19-year-old vet of the department, is sounding the Ghostbusters siren after 36... Oh, this is something I talked about. I talked about this like months ago. 36 Colombian children reportedly fell ill after using a Ouija board to commune with the shadow realm. The demon-daring kids of San Francisco de Assisi school in Timbiqui, Colombia, supposedly were hospitalized after suffering from fainting, temporarily loss of sight, and anxiety, with a splash of holy water from a school's rector proving ineffective to stop their symptoms and quell their souls. So the teacher was like, yeah, well, I'll just dab a little holy water and nothing happened. Okay, the demon-daring kids from the school in Colombia supposedly were hospitalized after suffering from fainting and all that stuff. The incident followed another reportedly paranormal Ouija-related incident in South American nation. This one in the town of Galerías, which resulted in 28 schoolgirls. That's the one I was talking about. The 28 schoolgirls were hospitalized. So when looking at what happened in Colombia, there is something deeper going on that cannot be ignored anymore, DeFlorio said. Now he's not a cop anymore. He's a demonologist. He performs exorcisms. There's just too many coincidences of identical incidents from different towns across the country. The claims must be seen as credible until proven otherwise, said the former NYPD officer, who now runs the New York demonic investigation, which promises to send your demons packing. That's a quote. He promises to send your demons packing. I didn't think demons had luggage, but apparently they do. Anyway, he also has a Stranger Things like theory that the portal has been opened by the students. Oh my God, this is crazy. The picture here. DeFlorio added, it doesn't get more serious than this when children are the targets. DeFlorio, a devout Catholic, says that the devil preys on children in particular because they are the closest thing that we have to innocence in the world. The devil would like nothing, this is a quote from him, the devil would like nothing more than to bring pain and suffering in this way. He knows it not only affects the children, but also the parents, people around the world, as well as God. Still, even DeFlorio, who has previously theorized about why serial killers murder, threw holy water on his own theory about Colombia. He admitted these incidents could be linked to something that is not supernatural, such as a conclusion can only be reached after a thorough investigation. I'm not sure what to believe. I actually don't know what to believe, but I should get my hair done while I'm here. Why not? I don't know what to believe. All these kids are going to the hospital because they played the Ouija board. I just feel like I don't watch scary movies. Full disclosure here. I will not watch scary movies. I am completely affected by scary movies, so I refuse to watch them. I don't like blood. I don't like scary. I don't like horror. I don't like suspense. I like funny. I like a beautiful historical novel or a movie, but I don't like scary. I'm scared. I get scared too easily. When I was younger, maybe. No, actually, I did watch The Shining once, and I nearly lost it because it was so scary. That was the scariest movie ever. Jack Nicholson in The Shining and that skinny lady, I can't remember her name, that was terrifying. I will never go to a hotel by myself in Colorado in the middle of winter and care for it, ever. If anybody said, hey, Jen, do you want to go to Colorado and be a caretaker of an empty hotel all the way in the middle of the mountains during a snowstorm? I would say, no, thank you. Saw that movie. Good luck with that. Anyway, look, here's the thing. We need to not play with the Ouija board at school. Like I said before, just stay on TikTok. Just, go on your Instagram. Go look at your Netflix. Be like a lazy girl and go on your Netflix and watch movies and don't do your homework. Or if you do your homework, but don't post about going on TikTok and going on Instagram and Netflix while you're at school. Don't do TikToks about it, okay? Don't be dumb.